Because in one sense, our lives are very different than the lives of the children of Israel. We're not on the run from a genocidal ruler in Pharaoh, crossing a dangerous, barren wasteland in search of God's laws in the promised land. We don't need manna to sustain us. We have access to supermarkets and grocery stores, restaurants and farmers markets. But in a spiritual sense, our lives aren't that different after all. We need sustenance from God in this barren world in which we live. And we're tempted to seek this sustenance in harmful places, like slaking our hunger through abusing substances which will not satisfy, or slaking our hunger for control by controlling other people's lives, or trying to find refuge in nostalgia for a simpler time that feels less complex than our lives today. There are so many ways, so many unhealthy practices that we use to try and find spiritual sustenance in our lives today, practices which harm us because of the fog that they cast over reality. Whether it's addiction, whether it's addiction to control, whether it's trying to pretend we can go back to some sort of golden age when things were better, they cast a fog over reality in part because they are efforts to provide for ourselves instead of depending on the God who has promised to be with us, who has promised to provide our spiritual sustenance that we need. Each and every day, we're called to return to the one who gives lavishly, providing what we need even when we complain, even when we rebel. Each and every day, we are invited to fill our hearts and minds with holy manna, with quail aplenty, nourishment that things like addiction and control and nostalgia only offer as a mirage. The real thing is found in Jesus Christ.